Hey, what's up? Welcome back. Welcome back. In this section, we're going to talk about how to do keyword research, right? Because like now that we understand exactly how search engines work and what we need to do, we need to understand exactly what keywords we need to be targeting on our website to make sure that we have, the right users coming from Google. Okay. So, you know, like I said before, marketing is all about understanding your users, understanding your market. Who are you targeting and what do they want to know? What questions do they have? What pains do they have? You want to understand that in a level of detail that is very deep, simply because that's how you understand what to create around your content, what keywords to target, stuff like that. So the key to successful keyword research is understanding your target audience and how they search for what you have to offer. Every user has a journey that they're on to understand, what their problems are, what the solutions are, stuff like that. So in the last section, I spoke about user types, right? You remember user intent, and the different categories for that. Well, keywords work the same exact way because at the end of the day, the user intent is reflected in what they search for and what keywords that they use, right? So we're going to break it down the same exact way. There's research keywords where, again, people are searching for information. There's direct keywords where people are searching for a specific brand, a location, or a website. Then there's purchase, right? And there's purchase keywords people use when they're searching to buy something. So like my examples are there, like using a bike analogy. Someone's learning how to. So someone's looking for information. They're going to figure out the best way to fix a flat tire for the bike. If they're looking for a specific bike store, they're going to say bike shops near me. If they're looking to buy a bike because they couldn't get it fixed, they're going to search Huffy bikes for sale, right? Can you guys see how this user has a journey and how search is involved in every single part of the user's journey, because that is what we've adapted to in this modern society, is using search engines to find the things that we need, right? So you want to be able to understand this and use it in your favor. First things first is you want to be asking the right questions. In order to succeed at any marketing campaign, including SEO, it's important you understand who you are, who's your target audience, and what goals are you trying to achieve, right? So your goals must be aligned with, to me, your goals should be aligned with your user's intent. And so on your website, you should be having places where you're targeting research keywords. A lot of people use that for blogs. So if you're a bike shop and you have a website, you should have a blog talking about the best way to fix a flat tire, or the best way to do this, or the best way to do that, and here's how to do this and here's how to do that. Because before someone, if someone's searching about more bike information, you want them to find you first, especially if you're local. So if you're talking about these topics through blogs and you're keyword optimizing these topics, then the user is going to find you much earlier in the process than when they're ready to buy a bike, right? So you're able to build that trust with them. You can build that rapport from a much earlier stage rather than, hoping that they find your website when they want to buy a bike. Okay. Next is you want to make sure that your website is well optimized for direct keywords. Like your name should be well known. Your name, if you're a bike shop, your name should include bike shop, because when someone searches for bike shop, you want them to find you. Same thing with purchase keywords. If you have a e-commerce platform where people can, reserve bikes and come and pick them up, or you deliver bikes, in whatever form of fashion, you want to make sure that your website has a place where it's targeting keywords like Huffy bikes for sale, right? So it's the same thing. You can use this as a general keyword research strategy. That way, you're aligned with what all of your goals are as far as, SEO goes. Okay. So like I said, asking the right questions. What are people searching for? How many people are searching for it? That matters too, right? If it's not a very popular keyword versus a popular keyword that everyone's searching for, you're going to make some decisions as to whether or not you want to target that, right? And not saying that low volume keywords are bad, because they're great, and I'm going to explain why. But, some things you want to keep in mind: how many people are searching for it? How do they want their solutions formatted for them, right? Everybody learns differently. Some people learn through reading an article. Some people learn through watching a video. Some people learn through, seeing an infographic. Like, everyone has a different way of receiving information. And so you want to make sure that you're creating opportunities for people on all levels, not just through text or blog articles, right? So answering these questions is a crucial step in doing keyword research the right way. Start with basic keywords that you would like to rank for, enter them into a keyword research tool, and see the data on what keywords are driving volume, the level of competitiveness for that keyword, because you're not the only one that knows about SEO. There are other websites out there, other competitors local around you that are probably using this to their advantage as well. And so you want to know, where you can compete, where you don't have to compete, and find a range between the two. Okay. And I'm gonna show you live exactly how to do keyword research in a moment here. So understanding volume. Search volume is simply the number of searches a keyword gets per month. The more volume a keyword has, the more competitive it is. Also, the more work that is required to get higher ranking. So if you're trying to rank for a basic word like bike shop, then you're going to have to do a lot more on your website for Google to be able to notice you and put you on the first page, because there are a lot of other people doing it around you, and you need to make sure that you're in the best possible shape that you can be in, and just so you can get above your competitor. That's why the ranking factors matter, because the more you improve your ranking factors, the higher in search results that you'll get, the more traffic that you'll receive. So like I said, the more work that is required to get higher rankings, the higher volume it is. So this is especially true for broad, short keywords like bike shop, sometimes one-worded words. For example, let's say the keyword bike has more volume than 6-speed mountain bike with 14-inch wheels, right? That's a much longer keyword. If you're a mountain bike website, you may think that going after the higher volume of bike is more valuable, but think about it. Is it really? It's not totally specific to what you do, right? So since the keyword is so broad, in turn, you'll attract a broad market of people who are just generally interested in bikes. Not 6-speed mountain bikes with 14-inch wheels, but just bikes. So you'll get sales. However, the conversion rate of how many people visit your website versus how many people actually buy something will be much lower than if you use a keyword that was targeted specifically to your product or service. So you may think you will get more traffic being ranked for bike, but also being ranked for mountain bike is going to improve your conversion rate overall, because now you have keyword specifics that people are searching for. So keep that in mind. A long tail versus a short tail keyword is, as simply put, like I mentioned here, it's like ranking for bike, which has more volume. That's a short tail keyword. And the long tail keyword, as you can see, is 6-speed mountain bike with 14-inch wheels. So that's the difference between the two. Short tail keywords are typically higher volume, but they're also a lot more competitive and a lot more harder to rank for. And long tail keywords are a lot less competitive. They have less volume typically. But if it's easier for you to get on the first page for it, then that's definitely a keyword you want to target. This is not a conversation of either or, it's both. You want to be targeting short tail keywords and long term keywords, and understanding your keyword research strategy is going to be very beneficial for you in this domain, because all you have to do is build a list of short tail keywords you want to optimize your website for, build a list of long tail keywords you want to optimize your website for, and then you can just take things from there, right? So typically long tail keywords are more on blogs, and short tail keywords are more on your primary pages, but I've seen it done in a lot of different ways. So like I said, short tail keywords are keywords that are broad with 1 or 2 words, short tailed in length. These keywords often have high volume and can be broad product searches, brands, local services, whatever. Long tail keywords are search phrases that are specific, which requires more detail, so they are long-tailed in length. These keywords typically have much less volume than short-tailed keywords, but are easier to rank for. They can be questions, specific product searches, phrases, whatever. Don't debate using one or the other. Like I said, you want to have both. A rule of thumb I use is to target the short-tail keywords on my main website pages, like I said, and then just target long-tail keywords on my blog to answer questions and offer more details about what it is that I do. Okay. So like I said, it wraps right back around the searcher's intent. You got to understand searcher's intent. Like I said, informational queries. The searcher needs more information, like the name of of a rapper or the final score of last night's game. Navigational queries, that's another intent. The searcher wants to go to a particular place on the internet, such as Instagram or the Amazon homepage. Then you got transactional queries. That's when they're ready to buy something. It could be a plane ticket. It could be for a music festival. They're searching in specific words to buy something. Then there's a commercial investigation. That means a searcher wants to compare products. I'm sure you do this a lot where you say, Xbox versus, PS5, and you want to see the comparison listed out for you. Often people do that, like I said, when they're in their journey to buying something, but first they want to do more research and get more information. Then the last part is local queries, like the searcher wants to find something around them, like a coffee shop, doctor, club, whatever. They're using keywords to help them find what they need locally. Okay, so that's what searcher's intent is all about. Once you understand this, then you can go ahead and start, building your keyword list for what words you want to optimize and then what words you don't want to optimize for. Okay, so there's a bunch of different types of keyword research tools, right? There's SEMrush, there's Moz Keyword Explorer, SpyFu, Google, Answer the Public, Google Trends. You can also use the autofill feature on Google to see, what you can start out the keyword and see what people are searching for, based on the rest of the result. But I'm going to show you exactly how to do some simple keyword research. Now, the tool that I like to use is SEMrush. To me, that's by far the best keyword tool to use. And so, let's start with something like, let's say hair salon, right? Let's look at some hair salon keywords. So if you're somebody who has a hair salon and you want to build out a website, you'll start doing your keyword research to figure out what exactly are people searching for in relation to hair salons, right? So, of course, the biggest keyword we see is hair salon near me. But before I go through this list here, let me explain exactly what you're looking at, right? So, first you want to understand what the keyword is in relation to what I've searched. And then the volume is the average number of monthly searches for a given keyword over a 12-month period. This just helps me understand exactly who's searching for what, how often they're searching for it. Like I said, what to search for is just as important as how many people are searching for it. Okay. The next thing that you have to pay attention to in this list is the keyword difficulty. Keyword difficulty just gives you an idea of how competitive this keyword is in the general market of the U.S. Right. So once you start tracking keywords, you can see what people are searching for, around you. But for this example's sake, we're going to stick with the entire database for the U.S. Okay. So keyword difficulty, the higher it is, the more difficult it is to rank for. The lower it is, the easier it is to rank for. Right. So if I was somebody that had a hair salon, I would first come here and say, okay, here's a list of all the keywords that people are searched for in relation to hair salons. Okay. As I go through this list, it's obvious that there's a lot of obvious ones out there. Of course, hair salon near me is going to be the biggest one because when people are searching for hair salons, they want to look for it locally. So that near me keyword helps them focus on, local search results. So if you're a hair salon, you want to make sure that your website overall has keywords in the right place for hair salon. A great tip is if you're buying a domain name, make sure hair salon is in the name of the domain. So if you're Jackie's Hair Salon, then be jackieshairsalon.com. It's really that simple. Next, moving down the list is, best hair salon. People are looking for the best hair salons around them locally. So this is another keyword that you can optimize on your website. On the about page, you can mention, having the best hair salon and, people are call you the best hair salon, so on and so forth. But this mention of the keyword is very, very necessary. Okay. Now, as we scroll through here, you can see different types of keywords that people are searching for. Black hair salon. So if you're black and you got a hair salon, you need to make sure that your website has a page where it talks about you being a black hair salon. That's very, very important for you to rank for this keyword. If you do rank for this keyword, throughout the U.S., it gets searched 27,000 times a month. So if you have that first page exposure for this keyword, you can guarantee people are going to find your website and, reach out to you and try to make an appointment. Now, with that explained, you can see the power of search engines. They're extremely powerful once you get on the first page, because now you're getting free leads, you're getting free exposure. Remember, just doing a little bit of work will get you that free exposure, that free traffic, those free leads, those free sales that you didn't have to invest any direct money into marketing for. Okay, and so again, you're scrolling through here. If you're a hair salon for kids, you need to make that aware. You need to have a page on your website that describes you as a kid's hair salon. So, for example's sake, let's search for a hair salon in Atlanta and see what we come up with. Okay. Okay, so of course, like I said, you get the review sites first because Google really relies on these to deliver the best results to people. Okay, then you have a few blogs. The next thing that comes up here is Cherry Blossom Salon. Let's take a look at these guys. Page takes a little bit longer to load, but they're probably a good example of what I'm describing here. So their homepage, right? You can see that, they have the word salon in Atlanta, Georgia in their header here. Okay. And I'm sure this word hair salon or salon services is sprinkled all throughout their website with links leading to other pages on their website. I can guarantee these people have an SEO person on their team. But again, the focus of this page is hair salon, right? Then they have their services page where you can then expand into optimizing for other keywords. So if someone's looking for a Brazilian blowout, they type in Brazilian blowout, they have an opportunity to show up on the first page. If they're typing hair extensions, they have an opportunity to show up on the first page for hair extensions. Okay, so you can see, the more you create these types of pages and target specific keywords, the more opportunity that you have to show up for multiple different types of keywords here. So if she serviced kids, right, I would recommend she create a page that talks about, kids hair salon. That's the topic of the page. That way she can expand into other opportunities that are being found on from search. The more keywords you rank for on the first page, the more traffic that comes to your website, right? So if you start stacking these numbers up, you get a pretty good amount of people locally around you that will come to your establishment just because they found you on Google. That's how the game works, right? So you build up that list. If you're a natural hair salon, if you do natural hair, that's another keyword you want to optimize for. You want to create another page on your website, just like services, that talks about you being able to do natural hair and build out content for that, right? And so I'm repeating myself over and over, but that's exactly how keyword research works. You simply type in, just a general understanding of the keywords you want to rank for, and then from there you can see a list of all of the most popular keywords that people are searching for every single month. You take those keywords and you then create pages and content for those pages on your website. Okay, it's really that simple. And then, in another section, I'm going to detail exactly how you can optimize content and keyword optimization for content, things like that. That's the general idea of keyword research. Understand exactly what it is that people are searching for, apply those keywords to your website in a smart, strategic way, and then Google will start to rank you for those keywords specifically in your local area. Okay. But that's pretty much how you do keyword research. I didn't want to make this section too long, but that's exactly how it's done. Like I said before, get you a tool like SEMrush. This is an inexpensive tool for you to use. It's a 7-day free trial. You don't even need the whole thing if you're not heavily involved in SEO. You just need to understand what keywords people are searching for, and then you download that list. You can create a list. You can check mark it, create a list for yourself, and have that list for yourself downloaded onto your computer. You don't even need the whole the monthly subscription, even though it is rather inexpensive. It's only $99 a month to have all this information at your hands. But if not, just use a 7-day free trial. I definitely recommend SEMrush for you to find all the keywords that you need. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll see you in the next section. All right, peace.